Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Tuesday, March 6, 2012. Let's get right into these charts. There's a lot to talk about today. We're going to start off with the S&P 500 E-mini futures. You will see them trading lower this morning by about 11 points. This is a pretty significant drop in the futures market. Once again, if the futures are down, that means the U.S. dollar index is higher. You will see the futures really started to tumble around 1 o'clock in the morning. The Asian markets last night also fell very, very hard. If you take a look at the Hang Seng last night, it was a pretty sharp decline. All of the Asian markets were lower, but the Hang Seng market was the biggest decliner. That market did finish lower by more than 2%. The Shanghai index was down 1.41%. 1.41%. You also had the Nikkei down about a half a percent, not too bad there, and India was down a little bit over 1%. So any way you slice it or dice it, that was a pretty sharp decline across the board, but most notably it was the Hang Seng Index down over 2%. That was the big decliner. That tells us that we should watch for weakness in many of the Asian ADRs today, especially those out of China and those out of Hong Kong. So we'll watch for weakness in the Asian ADRs, especially since the futures are so weak this morning. Now let's flip over to the U.S. dollar index chart, and you'll see here the dollar has traded sharply higher this morning, although it has pulled off the highs, which often happens anytime the market comes under some trouble. If the dollar starts to sell off, that will help inflate asset prices. But again, keep an eye on that dollar throughout the trading day. If the dollar moves lower, the market will move higher, and vice versa. Also, the dollar will trade inverse to both oil and to gold, so you want to watch that closely. Now let's take a look at gold this morning with the stronger dollar. You'll see gold is trading lower, down to around the 163.49 level on the Spider Gold shares. This is called the GLD, and GLD trading, basically down $2 from yesterday's closing price, which is pretty significant. If you look at the spot price of gold this morning, you'll see that it is trading down lower by about $17. Now it's all the way trading down to, I guess it's trading down now to 1687 an ounce, and that's a pretty decent decline here on gold again. So gold has definitely been under pressure, and you can see gold in the markets are somewhat synonymous. They trade in pretty much together. Oil today is down about 77 cents, trading around the 106 level per barrel on West Texas crude. So that's light sweet crude trading around $106 a barrel in the United States. It's a pretty good little decline. Again, though, you got to watch that dollar. If the dollar moves higher, oil should pull back a little more and trade a little bit lower. However, if the dollar starts to fall, which it has a tendency to do after the opening bell rings at 9:30, then what you want to do is expect oil to probably get a bit of a pop. Also, most commodity stocks and also gold. So that's generally what you want to watch for going forward. Now, once again, we do have the futures down about 11 points. But we'll look at a few stocks that are in the news. There are not so many stocks since we are out of earnings season now. But we'll take a look at a few right here that I see this morning. First one I'm going to start with is Nutrisystem. Stock reported, I believe they had earnings. Once again, this stock is coming down pretty sharply today, trading around 1033. There is really nothing I would do. There's going to be a little bit of support around this $10 area, but I think you got to look at $9.50, maybe even $9.25. There could be a little bit of a bounce there. It's a bit coming off of a bearish pattern, so I have a tendency to think that this is a strong gap lower. But watch that $9.50 level. There could be some support there for the stock. Other than that, I would not touch it. Let's take a look at this ONTY. This stock is in the news today. Had a little bit of a pop last week. Today it is trading lower, all the way down to $4.50. Again, I'm not even sure what the news is on this stock, but I have watched it a little bit. I really haven't played it. But this stock trading down to $4.50. I wouldn't do anything with this thing at the moment. It looks like a broken name as far as I'm concerned. Let's take a look at Dick's Sporting Goods. Ticker symbol is DKS. This stock this morning is trading at 44 bucks. Nothing damaging there. It could be a strong gap down. If the stock starts to fade sharply, I would watch the $40 level. There will be very good support there for a bounce if it gets to 40 bucks. And then ultimately, you got to watch it all the way around $36.30 in that area will be more support. So those are the only two levels I would get attracted to Dick's Sporting Goods for a bounce. Let's take a look at MWW, which is Monster Worldwide. This stock this morning is trading around the 804 level. Again, I just don't see a lot there for the stock. I know the upside potential maybe all the way up to $9, but I don't even see much here, much strength. It's not a bad little base. I know the stock is going to set to do a restructuring or something of that sort, but I just don't see a lot of upside on the name. So once again, that's all I have this morning. Futures are sharply lower. NASDAQ futures are also trading down by 20 points, which is a pretty good decline. Apple Computer this morning, which is really, the leading stock in the world right now. This stock is also trading down a little bit, closed at 533 yesterday, trading around the 529 level this morning. So we'll keep an eye on these markets. Again, watch that US dollar. If the dollar starts to fall, the markets will inflate a little bit higher. That's really the most important thing that anybody can watch. Watch these Asian ADRs. They will be weak this morning. You want to keep an eye on them as well. Also, Indian ADRs could come under some selling pressure also. With that said, everybody, I'm going to leave it short and sweet today. There's not all that much else, but there's a lot of important news. Watch all the news coming out of Greece. That's really what's causing all of this downside action today. Things are starting to brew up over there, and we'll see if this credit default swap business triggers. And if it does, things can get nasty in a hurry. I'll leave it there. Have a great trading day, a great afternoon, great morning, and we will see you tomorrow. Take care now.